Hey everybody, my name is BlakJak. Welcome back to Slide 2. In the last episode, we picked up the bottles, and in this episode, we're going to be doing the mission. So let's start off with Sly's mission, Ghost Capture. So I briefly mentioned this in probably the last episode. Maybe not, I don't remember. Maybe I mentioned it while I wasn't talking, turn my mic off. But I was deathly afraid of this level and episode 4, the level before this one. Mostly due to the atmosphere and the music and the enemies. But what really terrified me deep down was this level. It was the paranormal shit that we're going to be getting into.
Alright, Sly, there's your new objective. Sneak inside and smash the coffin of the evil wolf priestess.
Sounds pretty harsh. Does the old girl really deserve that sort of treatment?
Weren't you listening? She was an evil wolf priestess. Once you smash the coffin, it'll free all the ghosts trapped in there with her.
Okay, I don't know where you're going with all of this, but freeing trapped ghosts sounds vaguely heroic.
Evil wolf princess. I don't know, man. When I was a kid, I was a little bitch though, so I was probably just afraid of literally everything, like ghosts, spiders, wolves, bats, whatever. Whatever you can name, I was most likely afraid of it. So going into crypts and seeing like the medieval like torture devices and shit like this just fucking terrified me as a kid. And I don't know why it terrified me as a kid. Like I really can't put it down on anything. Like I'm not sure why it scared me so much as a child, but it just terrified me. So there's where the wolves, that's one of the wolf spider attacks where they launch a spider. If they start blinking, they explode. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier. But we're going to make sure I clear these wolves. Even though you don't really have to, I just decided that's probably better for me. Is to kill the wolves. There's really no point in doing so though, otherwise. And now what's next to do is we got to break open that coffin. So we're just gonna whack it a few times, but I like doing things the fancy way. So we're gonna knock, knock down, dive, whatever. Fuck it, we're just gonna blow this shit up. See those ghosts? Those fucking things terrified me. I had nightmares of those things. I don't know why. I think it's because of their purple eyes and their skeletal figure, and like skeletons were scary to me as a kid. But fuck, man, those things terrified me. Like even now, I still have like I'm like a little taken aback by them. Like I don't even know why I'm like slightly afraid of them still. It's weird.
I've modified the imager in your binocular to capture ghosts.
Didn't I just set these guys free? Why would I want to capture them again?
Not to worry, it's only a short-term confinement. Gather all the ghosts, then set them free down the chimney of Neela's headquarters.
I get you. She'll think it's a sneak attack from the Contessa.
Correct. If I did my math right, and I always do my math right, Neela should respond to the assault by purchasing more firepower.
Anything bad for the Contessa is good for us. And we get to really freak out Neela.
Yeah, like I don't know. They're not scary now. Like I'm not afraid of them now, but like even like today, like I kind of have like that, I don't know, like chills from like when I was a kid. I don't know. I guess I'm just remembering being afraid of them, but like now I'm not, I guess. That'd be funny as like a 20-year-old, like being afraid of skeletal wolves with purple eyes. But like they're really docile. They're kind of cool actually. Like now as an adult, they're pretty cool because they like flow through shit. It's pretty neat how they program them like, to phase through objects and stuff. Like they have no collision. That's pretty cool. But yeah, so the whole point is you got to take pictures of them and then they disappear. I think one of the pictures I took was pretty funny because I didn't even like get the ghost in it. It just counted. I feel like what's that movie? Ghostbuster? I feel like a Ghostbuster. You just capture ghosts. But it's kind of like that game Fatal Frame. But I don't know if this game came first or Fatal Frame came first. But that's what this kind of reminds me of. Or rather, I guess Fatal Frame reminds me of this mission. Again, I don't know which came first. I can't necessarily look it up at the moment because my computer most likely wouldn't be able to handle that. I just have an old computer. Like, it's not shit, it's just it's old. Like, I can't do a lot of cool things on it anymore. Like, processing power isn't strong enough or whatever. Like, I tried picking up For Honor when it was free the other day. Because the makers had, like, this free event going on. And so I picked it up when it was free. I think it was the standard edition. And, like, I was so excited to play with my friends because they've been playing it for a while now. And it looked interesting. So I picked it up on PC, and my fucking PC can't handle it. Like, it dead ass can't start the game. Like, it won't. It can't handle it. I don't have good enough CPU for it. So, like, I feel like just recording voice and then looking something on the internet on the computer, just I don't want to test it out. And my phone's updating right now, which is really annoying. Does anyone else hate when fucking your phone just randomly decides it wants to update and, like, you have no control over it? Because you weren't paying attention, you let the little menu go for too long and it just decided, fuck it, we're gonna update without you. No, I'm the only one? Alright. I don't know, I kind of feel like updates are kind of a scam, honestly. Even though, like, it's good to stay up to date with the latest technology in terms of, like, software and whatever. There's a certain point where, like, your hardware can't handle the new fucking software, so it's kind of like it's implementing, like, kill switches into your fucking phone. I feel like that's why phones can't last more than, like, 2 years. Just take a picture of the fucking ghost, Jesus. There we go. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie to you, that one kind of scared me because I wasn't paying attention. That shit just popped out of nowhere, so I was, like, fucking freaking out a little bit. I was like, oh shit, click, 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 click. That's what I mean, though. It's like, I'm not afraid of them, but, like, there's something about these enemies, these ghosts, that, like, deep down still kind of, like, freak me out a little bit. And I really don't know why that is. It's like I like horror, you know, like I like watching scary shit and, like, playing scary video games and watching scary films and whatever. You know, like it's fun for me. But, like, I don't know, like, these ghosts just have something about them that, like, I just fucking couldn't get over as a kid. That guy looks like he's having fun, though. Is this the ghost that I took a picture of and he wasn't on the film? Was he? I can't remember if this one was the one. There's a ghost I took and he was, like, in the middle of, like, phasing in between stuff. No, it wasn't you. Dude, I'd be these ghosts. You kidding me? They get to just fly through shit, having, like, time with their death, you know? Let them go. Like, man, they're just having so much fun. Alright, so the last ghost, like, these ghosts aren't too had. They're not too hard to take photos of. Oh yeah, see, I barely even got them.
Now just make your way to Neela's HQ and drop them down her chimney.
Like, this mission isn't hard at all, but just, like, I don't know, I was just so scared of them as a kid that, like, I don't know, man. I don't know if I should be embarrassed about admitting that, to be quite honest with you. Like, I have no idea if I should be embarrassed about it or not, but, like, I was terrified of this level. And you know what's bad, too, is, like, as a kid, that shit really affected me, because I really disliked this level and the level before that, because I was afraid of them. And, like, that really kind of bummed me out, because this game is, like, one of my favorite games in the series, but, like, as a kid, like, I just couldn't get past these two levels scaring me. So, like, I ended up just making this, like, my least favorite of the Sly games because I just didn't like two of the levels, like the only ones I didn't like. Probably to the point where I'd say, like, 4 was better than this game, but, like, in all reality, it's not.
So the Contessa wants war, eh? Perhaps it's time I purchase a little air power. A few bombers should put that old charlatan in her place.
Alright, so it's time for the next mission, which I believe is a Murray mission. I think we're doing the Murray mission next. So let's sell some stuff. We're going to buy the Raging Inferno flop so I can show that off as the Murray. And the Murray's Raging Inferno flop. So we're going to set it up to a button. And mid-air, you press that button and you do a regular thunder flap. When you land, it shoots out a ring of fire. So next up, we're going to be doing Kidnap the General. And this is the mission I mentioned earlier about how if you had the Atlas strength, if you have the Atlas strength, it just makes this mission a lot more enjoyable to play. Because without it, it's kind of a hassle. So the whole point of this mission is that you're going to find the general and you're going to have to carry him back to the safe house. And that's all you got to do for this mission. Simple. But without the Atlas strength, you can't run with the general and you can't jump with the general. I feel like I'm going to start selling you car insurance soon. But like it's not a bad mission without the Atlas strength. It's just you have to take like a longer route and then you have to stop every once in a while to fight off the guards just so that you're not annoyed because you can't fight them with the general in your hands. You can just throw the general. It's just kind of more annoying without the Atlas strength. With the Atlas strength, you could just dodge everything, just run through everything, jump. It's great.
Hey, Murray, can you see the general from there?
Nope. Just an old man coming up the ramp.
Don't let his appearance fool you. That's General Clawfoot, and he's one of the toughest old soldiers you'll ever see. Not to mention head of castle security.
What if he doesn't want to come? I don't want to hurt him.
Oh, don't worry about that. He's only afraid of two things, fire and water. Other than that, you couldn't hurt him if you wanted to. He might even come in handy along the way, as a projectile.
Wow, that is handy.
So in other words, don't throw him into the river and don't hit him with fists of flame. Also, don't throw him into a barrel. I think the barrel counts as fire.
Now bring him back to the safe house.
Yep.
I'm marking
And
in your binoculars.
with the Atlas strength, we could just run through this little path. This is normally the path I would take to make it to the safe house, but imagine not running, you know, how much time it would take to carry him. Like, look how slow I carry him. Oh yeah, be careful over here. If you're really unlucky, sometimes the bullets will launch him into the water and you have to restart this. That's happened to me in the past before. This mission's really short, it's really quick, really simple. Atlas strength makes this mission a breeze, and I just dropped my phone. Fucking great. Sorry about that.
Well, General Clawfoot. We've got a lot to talk about. You wouldn't by chance know the security codes to the castle gates, hmm? Don't feel like talking, huh? How about a little of this?
Jack!
Talk, you scoundrel!
Alright, and with that, we beat the Murray's mission. So next up, we're going to do Bentley's mission. I think it's Bad Mojo something. Something or other. I just wanted to make sure we didn't miss any Murray missions. So Bentley has the health extractor. That's his new ability. I don't know if I showed off the size to stabilize. I think I did. So the health extractor is a thrown ability that you have to throw this trap onto an enemy, and then you set it off, and you instant kill an enemy and always get health for it. It's actually really neat, and it can come in handy. Especially since you keep getting health, you have infinite health extractors. So it's really, really useful. So let's see. Now we gotta go do Bad Mojo Trapped, I think. Mojo Trap, something like that. So apparently Fatal Frame debuted in 2001, so this game came out after that. So now I know. And that mission reminds me of Fatal Frame. Alrighty. So here's the health extractor in action. We're just going to wait for this little flashlight guard to be distracted enough for him to walk right into it. I'm going to set it off. It sucks him into this little tornado, and then health pops out, and you get infinite health and thing. Neat. So now we're going to do like this really fun mission, and I saved this mission for last because this mission's super, super fun.
That's it. I knew she'd have a bad Mojo collector to transport the overflow.
Huh?
It's a semi-magical device that sucks up bad Mojo. I'll need it to gather the runoff from these spouts.
Wow, sounds easy.
Not really. That Mojo is a powerfully dark force. Take any damage while carrying that collector and you're done for.
Wow, sounds hard.
Yes, it presents an interesting tactical challenge. Perhaps I could use the death traps native to these crypts against any foe that might attempt to thwart my collection of the ectoplasm.
Huh? No way that'll work. I'd use that switch to smash up the guards before they ever got near me.
Precisely. Once all 4 cylinders of the collection device are full, that should be enough black magic to destroy the Mind Shuffler.
Alrighty, so the second you put on this backpack, enemies will start to attack you. I just want to show off this picture of the Contessa's husband. Pretty neat concept art. Anyway, second we pick up this bad Mojo backpack, we're gonna be attacked by guards. And it's just wave after wave of guards, and you get to use these death traps to kill them in really unique and memorable ways. So like in this room, there's just one trap. It's this big circle in the middle, and you get to crush them to death. Very fucking gruesome. I agree with you. But you can also use your bombs, your sleep darts, your gadgets, whatever you have, your crossbow, whatever you want, to fight them off. You don't have to use the death traps. You can if you want to, or you could just run around and survive. Now, I don't know if this is enemy-based or if this is time-based. Much like the other wave mission, I don't know. I think it's actually enemy-based, because I think the second you beat the last enemies, you normally finish the level. At least it does for me. And each button has its own cooldown, so you have like a short, medium, and long timer.
Looks like the spouts run out of bad Mojo. No matter, I'm 1/4 of the way to a full tank.
So you don't actually get to go get the safe for this level until the next day, so we won't be seeing that for a little while. Next up is the next... It's the next script. I just like Murray. Murray always makes me laugh. I love just his character in this game. Murray's the best thing about this game, like fucking hands down. I love Murray. My favorite character. But yeah, so to the next crypt. Each crypt has its own booby trap, so we're not going to be seeing another crusher in this part. At least I don't remember there being another crusher. There is another crusher in a different one, but I don't think it's in this one. Right, so this one's actually my favorite one. So you have these swords, and then you have this axe, and then you have these knives. Yep. And then the last one is, I believe, a flamethrower or something. Oh no, it's crusher on the side. But if you time it right, you can actually... oh, here's a good chance to show off the last one. Boom! So if you time it right, you can actually... get the short timer, which is this one, to kill 2 enemies at a time. And if you're really good at it, you can just keep spamming them. You don't have to use all the booby traps. So I think I got relatively decent at the timing at one point. So I was trying to remember what the timer was, because I really couldn't remember what it was. So like I was doing that one too early, so I'd have to wait for the knife. And then it was boom, boom. All right, so that's 2. All right, so then I waited. So when they're about to turn is when you want to hit the button. I did that one way too early, but I still managed to do it, so that's pretty good. And Yeah, just like that. You can just cheese this whole area with the one trap. Just make sure you have good timing down. I'm doing it a little early, honestly. If I wait just like an extra jump, I should be fine. But I'm doing it a little too early. Like here's good. Boom. And it's like you just do that the entire way until the thing fills up, and you're fine. This level's great. This death trap area is fucking great. I actually really love this mission. This mission's really fun. Even though like I was afraid of this mission as a kid because of all the death traps, I really felt empowered as a child, being able to kill my enemies with these death traps.
Excellent. Another chamber in my Mojo collector is full. Moving on to the third crypt.
Did I mention I love this game? Because I fucking love this game, dude. If you haven't guessed by now, I'm going to recommend you to pick this game up if you haven't played it.
There should be a new waypoint in your binoculars.
All right, new waypoint. Thanks, Murray. Getting really good at this whole computer stuff. It's funny. Bentley learned how to drive stick. Murray's learning how to use the computer. It's great. It's great. It's real character development in this game. I think this one is this the one under? No, this is the one near the graveyard. Okay. So the last one's the one underneath the well. I think this is the sleepy time room. You'll know what I mean by that if this is the right room. Yes, this is the sleepy time room. So in this room, this button right here puts all the enemies asleep so that you can bomb them. And then you have a crusher on the right side, a crusher on the left side, and then this one right here is a flamethrower. That's pretty neat. I don't really have a strategy for this other than lure them from left to right and then crush them and then see if you can crush them again. And then if you can't, you just run away until you can put them to sleep and start bombing them. That's really all I have for you, because these buttons do take a little while to recharge. But if you get the sleepy time, boop, you can just put 2 bombs down, kill 4 enemies at once, 5 enemies at once. Yeah, see, the bar went up pretty quickly there, so I think it is enemy-based. Now, if I was smart, I would have waited until I had like a big group of wolves, and then I would have used the crushers or the flamethrower. But I shot my load way too early there, as one would say.
Oh, sorry.
What a dick, Bentley. Holy shit. So sorry. Alright, bomb. Bomb. Perfect, that's 2. Alright. Be careful with that guy. We're going to wait for them to get a little close to burn 3 of them. That's perfect. And we're almost done with this room. And that's the right crusher. Let's see if we can get the last left crusher.
That's just
Boom.
not safe.
Nope, 2 more enemies. Alright. It's either sleepy time or fire. So we all get to choose their death. Oh, looks like it's sleepy time. Is it sleepy time? Nope, it's flamethrower. What the fuck happened there? Oh, I think I hit him. Actually, it was both.
That does it for this room. Looks like I've only got 1 more crypt to go.
Alrighty, next up is the one underneath the well, and that is another one of my favorite ones. Actually, I really like the setup for this one.
I'm really getting the hang of this. I just sent you another waypoint, but it's kind of buried in the well. Yeah, you'll figure it out.
You'll figure it out. So for this setup, you have a left drop, a right drop. Oh no, you have left fire, a right fire, a middle drop, and then electricity in the foreground. And if you get your timing right, you're gonna instantly never get. You can actually do this without letting anyone get to you in the middle. So I wanted to show off that the lightning is an instant kill. So you can set it up where you can kill all of them by just going right to left, or left to right rather. I was doing it off off. I'm a little off tempo because I wanted to shut off the electricity. But if you get the timing right, you can just keep them there. They will always go left, middle, right. They will never alter that pattern. So if you just keep up with them, you'll be set to kill them. And they only jump when the platform in the middle is up. So if you get a bunch of guards in the room, and let's say some of them are in the middle, like this guy right here, I can wait for some more to come, and then I could just hit the electricity, because the electricity is an instant kill all around. Alternatively, you could just meet them at the edge and just slap them into the water. I mean, occasionally the platform will save them, but honestly, the chances of that happening are less than you slapping them into the water.
All right, the deed is done. With a Mojo collector at full capacity, I should be able to blow the clockwork eyes off that mine shuffler. This is going to be great.
Alrighty. And that about does it for this episode. I will see you guys in the next day.
All right, fellas, let's get down to business. The first steps to escalating the war between Neela and the Contessa have gone well. We're down to the final setups before we spring our trap. Sly, I need you to steal a voice modulator from the castle and install it under Neela's headquarters. If all goes as planned, it should allow us to give orders to her mercenaries without being detected. Unfortunately, Neela's recent bomber purchase has made her army over-enthusiastic, and they might strike before we're ready. Which leads me to Murray. I need you to hotwire one of the Contessa's tanks and go to town on the mercenaries. We just need to intimidate them a little. And finally, I'll venture back into the crypts to power up that old computer in the re-education tower. We're going to need it to save Carmelita. Oh, and Sly, if you haven't already got one, you'll need to buy a paraglider for the heist. Okay, let's move out!